Okay, our next step is to look at your piece for just a minute. You know, look at it reflectively. You know, what do you see in it? Remember, our prompt was, who do I want to be? What do I want to be? Where am I going? Again, we're not trying to be in our analytical, cognitive mind. We're trying to access the intuitive mind. And through this process, you probably have some thoughts. So the next thing I want for you to do is to write down 6 words that come to mind as you look at this image. Okay, once you get your 6 words written down, the next thing I want you to consider is an answer to this question, and let it come up from this future self of who you want to be. And it can be some form of this prompt. I'm enjoying being, and then fill in the blank. I'll give you a couple minutes to think through that. Again, we're not thinking too hard. It's just kind of what bubbles up from within. I'm enjoying being, blah, blah, blah. And there's no word limit on, the response. But we're not going to write an essay or even a paragraph. Just finish the sentence. But it can be a long sentence. All right, let's wrap that up. And I'm going to share what I wrote. So my 6 words are flourish, pioneer, calm, words, text, maybe book, but all I put down was words. There's something more in that, and so I'm not going to stop with just words, but words is the foundation, the base of what I'm feeling here. New languages, permission to be messy. So the permission to be messy in new languages is this is a piece of Japanese rice paper with Japanese words, and I love when I'm painting at the end to just kind of splat a color of paint over what I've done. And I don't know why, it's like because we're messy people, you know, we're not perfect people, life is messy, and no matter what I've painted, it's like that's my signature at the end, is to, you know, just splash some sort of color over it, and maybe several colors, as a way to say, you know, I'm finished right now, and it could be messy, but it's beautiful. So that's what this part is. The text, you know, the flourishing, the gardening, again, that with the fabric. I really love the color blue, and I think that is definitely gonna stay with my future. There's some blossoming. And really the reason I chose this text is it says the pioneers on it. And that's what I feel, you know, this is. It's like a pioneering adventure. It's like, you know, when the early settlers went out west, they really didn't know what the journey was going to look like. They didn't know where they were going exactly, what it looked like, you know, what their destination would look like, but they went, you know, they felt that call and they went. And there's a word in the Catholic traditions, in the monk and contemplative traditions. It's like, I can't remember, it's like Paraguino. And I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that, but I'll put it in the notes. And it's, the idea of it is that the monks would get in a boat and set out to sea and let the waves carry them wherever the waves wanted to. And they trusted that God was in control of the waves and in control of the journey. And wherever their little boat and themselves ended up, that's where God wanted them to go. And that whole idea is really conveyed in this picture. I'm really not sure, you know, where I'm going, but I know who's leading, and I know I want to be flourishing. I believe I'll be in a calm place. I'll be trying new things, and it's okay to be messy. So I'm always breaking through that perfectionism that I developed as I grew up. Okay, it's one final assignment from this whole thing is I'm going to challenge you to write something, a poem, a piece of prose, a letter to yourself, or even a prayer to God, using the 6 words that you came up with your image here. And, you know, putting words to this exercise is a way of anchoring it. It's like we didn't want to necessarily use words while we were doing the collaging and pushing into the feelings, because sometimes we don't have words for our feelings, but a picture will convey the feelings. So that's what we've done. In my sentence of, you know, what my future self is saying that I'm enjoying, you know, I'm being, my sentence is, I'm enjoying the journey, not knowing where he is leading, but walking the path with him. I pray that you have a blessed time with the rest of this exercise. Thank you for going through it with me, and we'll do another one tomorrow. And maybe I'll be able to actually get the gluing done within the 5-minute time frame. So if you want to go through your stack of images or find more images for tomorrow's collage, you do that. Or wait for tomorrow. But I will say, let's limit it to 5 minutes. Otherwise, we can get overwhelmed. But if you have extra time and you want to, you know, develop a pile for future projects, that's perfectly fine too. But for each day of our collage experience, when we are actually picking out the images and elements for the collage, let's limit that part to 5 minutes. All right. Well, I try to say goodbye. This is goodbye for real now. Have a blessed day. Be with God. And I pray that your heart is opened in new ways to His voice and His presence. Bye for now.